to go. Y'all know how I feel about men at this point. Like, they say everybody. What's your name? What's my number? What's your name? What's my number? My name's Kia. My name's Kia. What's your name? What's my number? What's your name? What's my number? My name's Kia. My name's Kia.
Hey y'all, it's Diddy. Who else would it be? Hold up, y'all. I'll tell y'all, I am tired. I don't think y'all understand. I spent the day with my grandparents. Just kind of did that little whole family time thing. That's not what I came here to talk to y'all about though. Today I had to tell y'all, I can't ever see about last night. So I started talking to a guy that had hit me up on POF a long time ago. I had never deleted his number out of my phone. And so I still had his number, and we both had kind of fell off because, I don't know, I guess he was busy, and like me, I wasn't necessarily busy, but I just wasn't in a place like, I had to be in a mood to meet people and stuff like that. And he was really the type that was like, when can I see you like that? So it kind of makes me nervous. I don't know why I get nervous meeting people, so sometimes I don't be up for it. But I was kind of procrastinating, and I think because of that, he kind of like just kind of fell back a little bit. I hit him back up last night, and I said he was a sweet guy. He was a gentleman. Let me reach out to him. So I reached out to him, and he was like, hey, he didn't know who it was at first. And I was like, I'm Didi, the transgender from POF. And he was like, okay, yeah, now I figured, I remember you now. We just chatting it up a little bit. And eventually I said something like, what you up to tonight? I was just saying that, like just to talk. And he was like, nothing much. He was like, why? Like I got that vibe from his text, like why? Why you ask? And I was like, no reason, I was just asking. And so then he came back and he was like, did you want some company tonight? And I was like, actually, yeah. It was probably about 11, 12. He got here by 12, but it was like around 11 when we were kind of getting it all together. Let me tell y'all about this guy, okay? So he's about 6'2", 6'3", dark skin, dreads, tattoos. Not the guy from the other story I told y'all about. They are two different people, but same type of chill vibe, you know what I'm saying? Only the other guy, he's a bad guy. This guy's good. Like, from the very beginning, I get that he's a good guy. Because I remember we was texting a long time ago, and I remember him saying, I know what you probably used to with niggas and stuff like that. I'm not that type of nigga that is just for sex. I like to get to know people and stuff like that. So that always stuck in my mind that he was respectful to me, even as a transgender. He was respectful to me. And so off the strength of that, that's why I had reached out to him again, because I was like, I run into so many bad apples that I need to like just really look into this very good guy, you know. So he came, I gave my friend all his information in case anything went crazy. I had my little hammer hidden in the sofa right here in the armrest, so that if he tried to jump on top of me or something, I could pull like a little Lifetime movie move and like just slide something out of the sofa, hit him in the head, and then run out. So like I had everything like together, but I didn't have to use it. I never do, but you never know. Okay, so let me set the scene for y'all. I pretty much look like this right now. No makeup, just some gloss, lashes, and Tina, you know. So Tina be coming through for me. You know, when I'm trying to give that little seductive late night 70s or 80s feel, old school seductress, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving that in my little pajamas with my little robe on and stuff like that. I was giving all of that. He came and had a very nice build. I'm talking about like with the 6-pack and all of that. It's like my type, anyways. And his personality is so like laid back and cool, and like y'all know like them type of people that like when y'all meet each other, they make you feel comfortable. Like when y'all kiki together or laugh and stuff, they might lean over and touch you and be like, y'all just like falling all over the place laughing, and it's like just good vibes. I was getting that from him. I'm like an interviewer, so I be asking a whole bunch of questions. I take it, you want to have kids in the future? Do you have a wife and a girlfriend? Do you have any children? What kind of work do you do? You know, all the questions, top to bottom. And the way he expresses himself and the way he uses his words, I really do like. He's you can tell he has some education about himself. He works like in construction, like that type of field. He was really cool. We sat here for like hours talking, just talking. Like at 12 o'clock at night, we sat here for like hours just talking. He was not disrespectful at one time at all. Like he was telling me, he was like, you cute, like you cute in person. And he was like, you got nice feet. I'm gonna have to massage your feet, like just little stuff like that. I don't know who started it. In any case, you know, the conversation went sexual, respectfully. You know, we're both adults, and as long as we both can control ourselves, we can both talk about whatever we want to talk about. You know, so the conversation did go there, and we were just kind of figuring out like, were we compatible sexually, you know, stuff like that. I think I might have started it because the question I asked is, respectfully, do you consider yourself to be a top or a bottom? Because that's something that will weed somebody out real quick. That would make you either a daddy or a sister. Depending on which way you answer, that's the way that answer will take you, daddy or sister. So of course he was daddy, you know. So I found out he was like 4 years older than me, so that's a good thing. I like niggas that's older than me. Like I don't really care to talk to people younger than me like that, because I don't know what type of time they be on. I like my age or older, you know what I'm saying? That's what I prefer. There's always an exception to the rule. Had his own car, got over here by himself. It wasn't none of that mess like come pick me up or anything like that. Or I'll come tomorrow when I gotta catch the bus. It was none of that. Or let me catch this Uber. He had his own car. But anyways, we sat up here talking and kikiing, talking about everything under the sun, like everything and anything. I love moments like that where I can just be free and the other person can be free, no judgment, and we just talk. I told him, I said I definitely appreciated him saying like I look good in person. That meant a lot to me because I told him I came from a place where I felt like every time I met a guy back in the day, I had to beat my face, you know. I had to do a full beat because I just was always scared, like what would happen if they came in and they saw me, you know, stuff like that. Like, would it be a culture shock to them? So I used to like have to beat my whole face, take an hour or so before I even did everything else. It came up, he was like, do you like to kiss? And I was like, yeah, I do. He said, I wish I could see how soft your lips are like that. And I was just like, I don't want to, like, I was like, I don't want to. But he did. Like, we was watching TV, we was chatting. And I was nervous. I'm a scary, nervous person. Like, I'm just a shy person. And so, like, when I'm, like, this close to somebody, I'm just like, I don't know. I just get, like, I'm already nervous because I'm transgender. And I know, like, probably mostly deal with females. So I'm just like, it's like you putting me on edge. And I'm not, like, all the way up where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I still have surgeries to get. I still am working on myself. So it's still like I'm still working on my legs and like little stuff like that be making me nervous. But I'm gonna try to stop saying because that's another thing I hate. I'm trying to just sharpen myself in every single way, and I don't like saying all the time. But I just did it again. So eventually, okay, so we watching TV. So of course he's a top, and said, "How do you like your head?" Because I told him I've dealt with different men, and different men like it differently. Some men want it slow and soft and passionate and kissing. That's kissing the tip and all of that. I hope that's not too graphic, or you have some men that wants it sloppy or deep throating, like just to where your eyes running, all of that. You had different type of men. And he was like, yeah, I like, he was like, yeah, I like it. He said, are you good? I said, yeah, I like to think so. I always say that because I'd rather like not put myself up here on the pedestal, like I'm Superhead or something, and I'd rather like just surprise you. When that conversation came up, that's when I asked him, I said, do you eat ass? And he said, I don't know how I felt about the answer he gave. He was like, I've never really done it before, but I'm not opposed to it. And so when he said that, I was like, I was joking with him, and I was like, okay, that's an X, you know. And I was like, but you got all these check marks over here, but that's an X over there. He said, oh no, but wait. I actually did do it one time before. I did. And so he was like, I don't mind as long as it's clean. And I told him, I said, that's the expectation. I don't know, like, that's something I like. Not like to do, but like to receive. You know, I like to receive that, especially if I'm giving head. What are you bringing to the table? Because I'm not your sex slave. I just wouldn't want nobody to do anything that they're uncomfortable doing. Or I want you to like doing it. Niggas get head. They want some. They enjoy it more when they know that the person that's doing it enjoys giving it to them. So I wouldn't want anyone to do anything that they don't feel comfortable with, because then that would make me feel uncomfortable and not as sexy in the moment. That's the only bad thing I can find so far, because there's too many niggas out here that will do what the next man want, and that's like freaked out. So it's just like, you gotta come to the table hard if you're gonna be having stipulations and stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. But he's a good guy, so with all of his good qualities, that might be able to overlook the fact that he's not as fond of doing that. Let me get to the meat and potatoes. So eventually he says, how would you feel if we cuddled right now? And I said, I wouldn't mind it, I guess. So he was like trying to get ready to like put his arm around me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. When I be freaking out, I told y'all I'm nervous. I'm a nervous person. I'm an anxious person. So I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready. I'm acting like we having sex or something. I don't know, it was still like a stranger, you know. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, no, it's not you, it's me. I was like, but turn off the light and let your sofa back. I laid on his shoulder. He put his arm around me, like kind of like on my hip, butt area. And he was like, to be honest, I kind of want to go lower. I kind of want to touch lower. And I was like, you can. So he started rubbing my butt, and I was like rubbing his chest, and I felt like his part down there kind of moving. So I was like, can I touch it? And he was like, yeah. So I just kind of felt the shaft and like how long it was. And that's as far as that went. I didn't keep touching on it. I didn't want anything to escalate, and I knew I wasn't ready for anything. We just sat there cuddling for a little bit, and I was like, to be honest, I'm kind of like uncomfortable. We should go get in the bed, but my bed is kind of small. He was like, well, hey, it's up to you. I don't really mind. You know, of course he didn't mind, because he wanted to get as close to me as possible. And so we got in the bed kind of like in a spooning type position, and it felt a lot more comfortable, to the point where I said, let me take these pants off. So I took off my pajama pants, and I had on just like a thong and my shirt. And he was rubbing up on me. I was rubbing up on him, touching his hair and stuff like that, massaging his neck, playing with his neck. He was like, what's your hot spot? And at first, my dumb behind was like, thinking about internet or something like that. And I was like, oh, you mean like hot spot? Okay. I was like, I would say like my neck and my nipples and butt, like those are my hot spots. And I said, what are your hot spots? And he said my neck and my ears. So while we was cuddling, I was like rubbing up on his neck. And I could feel every time I did that, like with my finger, like rubbing it and stuff like that, his dick kept jumping. Like over and over again, it kept jumping. We didn't have sex though, that's the thing. We got intimate, I guess you could say. We got sexual on a certain level. We stayed in the house for a minute, and he was just like, I really like you. You seem very genuine. You have a cool personality. And I hope I can come again. I really want to come again. I hope this isn't the last time. I said it's definitely not the last time. I said I really like you too. Like your vibe. I really vibe with you. Like you got a cool vibe. And you down to earth, and you, like, whoever raised you, they definitely raised the gentleman. So I was very, he kind of had me a little bit. Because usually I ain't gonna say I wouldn't usually cuddle like that with somebody. That's not true. But just like where I've been with men lately, he was able to kind of like break through and make it here. Like that's a awesome feat to even be able to make it here in this house. Cause I don't just let anybody in. Like you have to have some sort of quality about yourself. Unless you just there's been people that trick me or that are manipulative, and I find out over time, or but ultimately I have to be attracted to you. I have to find something interesting about you. It's like different things like that. I was getting kind of hot and bothered. I was. Because when we was laying there, he had said again, he said, I really would like to see how soft your lips are. Part of me wanted to kiss him. I did. I had asked him when we was on the sofa, I said, when was the last time you got tested? He said like within a year, and I told him I was close to about the same time for him, like 6 months to a year. And so that was a go on that regard, but I don't know, I was just nervous because I didn't know, one, how things would escalate if we were to kiss, or two, I'd be self-conscious like about my face, because I've had guys that come meet me and they might touch my face or something like that. Like I had an African boy I had chilled with like maybe 2 times, and he was like rubbing on my thigh, and he like kind of like, you know how a guy might grab your face. I just be self-conscious because I'm like, what if he feel that hair on my face? Like right now my face is pretty smooth, but it could be definitely smoother. So like I was nervous that if we started kissing, he might grab my face, or because I knew I was gonna probably be grabbing his hair or his neck or his, or whatever, touching on his chest and stuff. So I knew that he could possibly do some of the same things. And so I just didn't want to take it there. But I was getting hot and bothered, and there were times where I thought about like just jumping on top of him. Like kind of just grinding on him, or just starting to kiss him or something. I thought about that in the moment, like when he was rubbing on me and stuff, I thought about it. And I was like, no. So eventually I had told him, I said, I think it's best if we just call it a night and see each other another time. And he's like, I understand that. If you want me to go, I'll go. And I was like, okay. So we laid there a few more moments, and then I said the same thing. And so he got up. Once he put on his clothes, he turns. No, I forgot, y'all. When he first got in to my apartment, the very first thing he did was he said, let me get a hug. So I gave him a hug. And I said, oh my God, you're so tall. Cause he like standing like over me like this. So when he was leaving, putting his clothes back on to leave, and he had a nice little dress code. He was wearing some little jogging pants, a nice little Nike sweater, and some nice Nike shoes, like everything. He looked real nice. And of course, like he took off his shirt, because he know he got a nice little body. He took off his shirt to show me his tattoos. But when he left, which I kind of knew it was gonna happen like this, and I was okay with it, because I knew it was gonna happen and I was looking forward to it. A woman likes to be touched in a certain way, sometimes she does. And so with me having on just my little G-string or my thongs or whatever, when he put on all his clothes, I was standing in front of him, and he was like, let me give him a hug. And so I hugged him, and he like cupped his hands underneath my butt, like cupping my butt, and like we just hugged like that for a little bit. And oh my God, like that turns me on. You don't understand, like being held by a man in that way. Like that turned me on. So we stood like that for a little bit. We hugged like 2 times like that. And he got to the door, and I was like, it was very nice meeting you. And he said likewise. And I was like, yeah, just text me when you get in. And he was like, I will. He got in, he texted me. Then he was like, I'm gonna have to watch some porn now. You know, he was saying like, I guess because he was horny. And so, you know, he was just joking and stuff like that. And so I went to sleep. When I woke up like at 12 today, I saw he had texted me like early in the morning, like 8 o'clock. He texted me good morning with the little sun emoji and stuff like that. So he's a sweet guy. And I say all of this to say this. He just hit me up not too long ago saying he wants to see me again tonight. So I'm gonna let him come over. I told him I would love to see him tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know he's not the pushy type. He's like a go with the flow type. He's a weed head. So he real chill. I don't know if maybe in his head he feel like, okay, we went to first base last night. Let's see where we go tonight. I don't know if that's what he's thinking in his head, but he seems to be a very stand up, like good guy. So that's what kind of made me like let my guard down and feel comfortable. It turned me on a little bit, you know, not the type of guys that's like super pushy. And like you already know what they want as soon as they get there, you know? So I look forward to seeing him again tonight. I'm nervous still, of course. And I swear I can't never see who stay right next door to me. Somebody had moved in recently and I don't know. I be trying to peek to see who it is. They move like me, like silence. But I look forward to seeing him tonight. And I don't know where this is gonna go. Y'all know how I feel about men at this point. Like, they for everybody. First of all, men are they can be very manipulative. Not all guys are the same. A lot of the ones I ran into, they always start off as sweet. Not a lot of them, not all of them. Some of them will show you who they are in the beginning, but a lot of them, they start off as sweet. And they're gonna start off as sweet because they have some intentions. They know what they want and they know what they have to do to get it. So I have guys that start off as sweet and then they fall off. But his vibe is really telling me he is of quality. I'm telling you. I started feeling really comfortable. Now here's the gag. He did explain himself to be DL. But when I told him, I was like, I don't really like that word. That word is giving me like negative connotation. I don't know if you know what that means in entirety. But he was like, well, maybe I'm more so discreet, you know, because nobody doesn't really know. But I have gone out. I don't mind going out to like a movie or going out places and stuff like that. That's not the type I am. And I was like, okay, I'm just trying to make sure what type of vibe this is going to be. Is this going to just be a late night vibe? Only late nights and stuff like that. Like, let me know. And so he explained himself to maybe be more so discreet, which I'm okay with. As long as you're real, I'm okay with certain things. I can work with them because I can understand. I don't know what I categorize him as. Right now, he's just a little cool, chill partner, cool little cuddling buddy. We'll see where that go. He's a gentleman, so I don't know if he see himself being serious with me, but he definitely was respectful. He treated me like a woman last night, and he understood. One thing I like it is like when a man that deals with us, the girls, when he can understand our plight and he can understand the things that we go through. Because you have so many men out here that they use us just for sex or use us when it's convenient for them. But as soon as they get on that other side, they keep society's worldview of us. And to me, he really understood. Like, he said some things that triggered the thought in my mind, like, you get it. You get it. You can sympathize with someone else who lives a different life than you. I like that quality about him. He put me on to some little things. He told me I need to watch, like, I need to check out this anime. I've never, like, really watched anime, nothing other than, like, Sailor Moon. Like, you know what a lot of us used to watch growing up as kids. We didn't know it was anime necessarily, but, like, Dad, I don't know nothing about anime, though. So, he told me to check out this anime thing, and then he had told me to check out, like, he listened to a lot of underground music. So, he gave me an artist to check out and stuff like that, so. You know how these niggas be having us girls. They be having us looking into stuff, finding out new stuff, and you know how we get when we dealing with a new nigga. Like, we trying to, like, feel him out, see what he into, and sometimes we adopt some of the stuff, you know. So I'll keep you guys posted. We'll call this guy Nike. We'll call him Nike. I like Nike so far. Hopefully he don't try to go too hard on me tonight. But here's the trick. Like, when I know I don't want to have sex with a guy, like, he may not know it, but I know that I really don't want to commit to having sex with him. I won't do a full clean out. You know what I'm saying? I won't do an enema or anything like that. I won't do it because I know when I don't do that, I'm unsure of if we were to have sex, what would happen. And I pride myself on being a clean girl. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't do the enema, I know I'm going to tell him no to sex no matter how hard he tries. I'm not going to fully commit to letting him stick his thing in me. So that's a trick for me. That's for the girls that's bottoms. If you want to stop yourself from doing anything and you want to have like a second assurance that you know that you're not going to commit to doing it and you're going to hold yourself, don't clean yourself out before a date. Now, if you intend on having sex, always clean yourself out because you don't want no accidents. We don't play accidents around here. And of course, you know your body, so sometimes, you know, if you don't eat something, you might not have to anyway because you're going to have a clean canal and stuff like that. But, you know, most of us girls, we been in the game for a minute. And when I say the game, we've been in this lifestyle for a minute to know how to manage our body and like how to ensure a pleasant experience when we're going to be having sex. So we do certain things to prepare, and one of those things is cleaning yourself out completely. So when I don't do that at all, I know I'm not gonna have sex. Like, we might cuddle, he might kiss on my neck, but it's not leading to sex. And they may never know that. They may never know that at all. They might be thinking they can slip their way into some panties, but in my head, I know if I did not clean myself out, we're not having sex. Now, let me be very clear for the people that don't understand cleaning yourself out. That does not mean to say you do not take a shower. You do not clean yourself. Clean out is different from cleaning yourself. Cleaning yourself is just basic common courtesy for being around other people. That's just basic self-love, self-care. You have to clean yourself all the time. But cleaning out, that is in preparation of a sex act. You know, that's what that's in preparation for. And if you don't want to have sex, that's the trick. But that's it. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to actually start preparing for seeing him tonight. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. So, until next time, bye.